All right, so the four of us, Josh, Jedi, Brittany, Jamie, we just completed Lab 6, which is theorem discovery, where we learned the chain rule, and we were using the chain rule to find the derivative of various different composite functions. Functions within a function. We had one where there were three functions within each other, an outer function, a function inside that function, and then another function inside that function. And what did you guys think was the hardest part about this?
I personally think the last one was the most confusing,
Say
where
it
it's the
again.
three. The last one with the three
Oh, with
functions.
three functions inside, yeah, yeah. I feel like the more
Yeah, I
functions there
kind of got
were.
the hang of it towards the end of understanding how to do each one of them, but then
Mm-hmm.
that one was probably the most confusing.
Yeah, it was very confusing when there were more than two functions inside each other. We had to make sure we were not making any mistakes that, or I was gonna say, there is a greater margin for error. I feel like the more functions there are inside each other because we had to make sure we're doing the chain rule properly. Any
Hmm.
other comments, Jedi, Brittany?
Yeah, I agree. I think that was kind of simpler than that last one was the more complex.
Yeah, there was. I feel like we worked our way up by doing the simpler ones first and then making it all the way to the complex one. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like by the time we got to the last one, we kind of got the hang of it. So yeah, it was complex, but I feel like we ultimately got there.
Yeah.
Brittany, what do you think?
Well, I just started getting the hang of it as at first, but then when I got to the last problem, I did get a little stuck. But I'm just glad that you did explain yourself as you did go through the problem. That kind of helped me like understand what they were asking for us to do.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. The other thing I liked about a lot of these problems is that for some of the terms cancel out because we'll have like, let's say, a fraction in front, and then when we do the derivative of the inside function, it'll bring out another value that if you multiply it to the fraction, it eliminates everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think that moves us to the second prompt, which is what did you find easy or familiar about the topic of this lab? Open floor.
I don't know about familiar, but I think the ones with the table were the easiest on the lab. It kind of also just gave like a clear like picture of like how to do it and how to like look at it, which made it easier to do the ones at the end for part seven, where we didn't have the table.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, any other comments? Jedi?
I liked the also how we used Desmos, and we were able to use that to figure out the solution to the question.
Yeah, Desmos really came in handy in this lab in comparison to a lot of other labs because if we didn't have Desmos, I think for some of these problems, finding the value for we had to find the value for x is equal to -6, x is equal to 1, and x equal to 3. Finding some of those values for some of these functions would have been a lot harder if Desmos was not there. Because with Desmos, we could just make Desmos do all the work, and we are like, all right, here's the function, here are the values, tell us where they intersect.
Yeah.
These values. That's one thing I also enjoyed about this lab is how we were able to like work more together to get the answers. Like I'll have the function along with the x value sitting on one page, which would then be read out by one of these three, to which then I could write it down on the lab worksheet, and that kind of helped us move through the lab sheet a lot faster. Um, the last thing on here is there anything you still wonder about the lab concept?
I wonder if there's like another way how you can find the derivative because we've been shown like a lot of ways how to find it And I also wonder if we'll be having to use only one method on the next test, or we'll have to use all the methods that we've been learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I just wanna do more of the last one where there's like three functions, just so I don't get confused as easily. That's all that I really think I need to do for this one.
Jedi, you have any comments?
And I agree. I have the same question as Brittany. Like, will we need to know, will we only be doing this one, or will it be all of them? Um,
Yeah.
and are we going to learn next week a simpler way to do it than this one?
Yeah, it basically goes along with what Brittany and you were saying is, let's say ultimately we do get a function where it's like, let's say like 10 different functions within each other. Like, is there a simpler way we can do those big functions? Because chain rule on those seem like it would take forever. Because we'd have to do the outermost derivative of that, keep everything inside the same. The next one, keep everything the same, do it again and again and again and again and again. 10 different times for like functions that are that big. And like you said, I wonder if there is a way where like all 10 of those can get like simplified easier.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that brings this lab to a close. It was really good working with you guys, and look forward to meeting all you guys again on the next lab.
Yep, same.
Same with you.
All right.